Hello and welcome to another episode of Motors for the Masses, and this is episode 2 of the FB Mondial Gulf Respray. So let's roll the intro and get cracking. Oh, no Malcolm. Crack! So first of all, I'd like to apologise if there is a slight whir or buzz. That's due to the heaters. Now what I'm having to do is, because it's very cold outside and very cold in this at the moment, I bought a massive tarpaulin to cover that hole, and I've got 2 heaters in here to just take the edge off and help with the drying out process. We have a bit of an issue with the paint job, or the primer. Not quite sure whether it's to do with the paint. Don't think it's the preparation, because we prepared really well, or also the weather conditions. Now, as you can see here, I'll bring it a bit closer. Some of it hasn't taken, as you can see here. So I don't know if it's to do with the paint or the weather. We have been using this trade spray, but it's got a really strange fan on there, and it doesn't spray very nicely. I don't like it anyway, and neither does Malcolm. So we're going to try this one. This is a Simmons white acrylic primer, and it has a normal spray end. So we're going to give that a go. However, before we do that, I bought some more wet and dry, and we're going to rub these down again and then give them another coat. And what else do we have, I hear you ask? Well, we have paint. Let me show you.
And the stickers, they arrived too.
In actual fact, we have more than paint. I have 2 meters of orange vinyl. I have 2 cans of this spray with the orange dot on the top, which matches this vinyl. I had the paint made up to match this. Got some etch primer, because we need to spray that on here. First of all, we need to key this up quite nicely and then put etch primer on this. Otherwise, the paint isn't going to stick to it. So the first thing we're going to do is get some wet and dry, rub down all these bits, and then give them another coat of primer. And then tomorrow, when Malcolm's along, we shall spray them blue and spray the orange bits orange. Now on that, we've had a slight different thinking. What we were going to do on the tank, if you remember, is do this orange and then put a fan off on the front. But there's no point doing that. We're just going to spray this orange and put it on top of the tank, and then follow with a stripe down the mudguard here. So stripe all the way down and then fan out the orange at the front. We'll be doing that with vinyl. We're also going to spray these completely orange and put the white oval, or the white circle with the number 22 in, on the side. So now you have that in your mind. Let's get cracking again with the cracking. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know where to put stuff. Tea. Cold. And it's on wood. So I'm just going to rub down as much as I can without obviously taking all the primer off, because the last thing we want to do, mostly around the bits that have issues like here. I mean, it's quite smooth still. I just want to rub that down a bit to give it another key for the new primer to stick to. Painting is a nightmare. This is why I'm not a paint sprayer. Again, we're amateurs, but we're giving it a go. And a lot of people want to do the same thing. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. And when it comes to spraying, it's all down to the preparation. So for now, I'm just going to shut up and cue the music. And go. that is what that Simmons spray did. I shook the can for ages and it just splattered out. That is awful. I am disgusted by that. Now that's dried pretty quickly in front of the heater. I have to rub it down again. Right, let's give it another go. Much better. So I've just put another layer on here and I'm running pretty low on this stuff now. Unfortunately the nozzle does not interchange, so I can't put this nozzle on the Simmons can, which is typical, isn't it? Oh, typical. Unfortunately the Simmons can has one sticking out of here with a hole in that, so that doesn't work. So all I have to do now is wait for Malcolm to turn up. And hello. Oh, hello. You're late. No, it's the next day. But anyway, we are back with the parts. Upon speaking to Malcolm, he has said that it doesn't matter about the spits and the splats that's in the primer. What we're going to do is spray it anyway, because obviously everything has to be rubbed down to a smooth finish with the wet and dry before we actually put the blue on. So what we're going to do now is give several coats to the remainder of this, get it nice and covered with what we've got left, and then leave it overnight and then come back and paint. So that's what we'll do.
Yay.
Do that.
Let's do that. Well, to be honest, I would like to try and get rid of the areas where, like that one there, the primer hasn't taken because there's, I don't know, grease or moisture or oil or something there. There's a few, not many, but a few, and I'd like to get rid of them. Because what we don't want is for blue paint or orange paint to be put on these parts and have the same thing happen.
Absolutely, I agree.
Because that just ruins everything.
It does. I agree more.
So let's try and deal with that. Let's get a nice hat.
Fantastic. So we've had a think, and what we're going to do is what? Explain, Malcolm.
We're going to put a couple of light coats of primer on the mudguard and the fuel tank cover thing. We are then going to wet and dry all the parts, and maybe apply another thin layer of this and wet and dry it again.
Right.
See what them speckles are doing. Because
Okay.
I don't want to paint it if the speckles come through,
No, absolutely not.
because they'll just come through the paint.
Yeah. Even that.
That was new as well.
Speckle there. Speckle there. This was brand new. We rubbed it down. Why is it doing it? Perhaps you know, somewhere out there in internet land, can tell us why it's doing it. It's a combination of heat or lack of.
Yeah, it's pretty cold in here.
Well, I can't think. It's annoying, I'll tell you that. Okay, well,
Well, I think just a couple of light coats on these parts.
yeah,
We'll give everything a rub down.
yeah. We were even considering the idea of filler primer, but I'm not quite sure that's a good idea. Simply because it might have the same issue. So, unfortunately, we're not going to get it sprayed blue or the orange in this episode. I'm sorry about that. However, we will be back with a new episode soon. We've got the Mach 1 coming over very soon. Engine's going into that.
The Cortina in the next week, hopefully.
Yeah, the Cortina in the next week is coming over as well, so we'll have a video on that too. In fact, that'll probably be our next video.
What's that, Cortina?
Yes.
Quite possibly.
Yes, it will. And we've also got that big secret bike show coming up. That's the week after, so stay tuned for that as well, please. Also, we have more bikes coming for more reviews, so please stay tuned for those. And you may have noticed that we've got a new title screen. So, what do you think of that? Slightly different, with a slightly different music, and there's a reason for that, which we won't go into right now. But anyway, thanks YouTube, is all I can say.
Thanks whoever.
Whoever, yeah.
That's right.
But anyway, let's move on. So that brings us to the end of this episode, and until next time, don't forget to click the bell. Please subscribe and click like and all that gubbins, and pop along to our Facebook page and like that, and our website and like that. And of course, because we have AR Motorcycles, please pop along to our Facebook page, AR Motorcycles, and like that, and have a look at our new website, which is still in the process of being built, but it's getting there very nicely. So have a look at that as well, please. That's www.armotorcycles.co.uk.
And if you're feeling generous, pop along to our Patreon page.
Absolutely. We are, very much appreciative of Patreon and our patrons, and it's a massive thank you to our patrons. We've just run a competition for the patrons, and someone won a brand new exclusive patron-only T-shirt. One of one, exactly. And we've got some more things coming up, including the bike giveaway for the patrons, as well as more giveaways for everybody. So please stay tuned for those as well. So until next time, please ride and drive carefully.
But have fun.
Bye. Did you say goodbye? No, you didn't, did you? Say goodbye.
Bye.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.